Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. It's Kyle Henderson of BamaInsider.com along with Andrew Bone. Alabama receives another 2020 commitment, this time from Demouy, Kennedy. Andrew, break it down. What does this mean for the Crimson Tide? Big pickup from an in-state prospect.
Yeah, Demouy Kennedy had a terrific showing at Alabama's camp yesterday. Really kind of it stole the show. I mean, everyone I talked to, every source I talked to that was at the camp said that he was the best player on the field, and 6'2", 3/4, I think he was right at about 200 pounds. He also ran a 4.52 in the 40, so that was really impressive. Alabama worked him out inside and outside. I think they like him a little bit more as a future inside linebacker. Comparison I keep hearing from Alabama's point of view is Dylan Moses. So I think that's a pretty great comparison there. And he's rated as an outside linebacker, and a lot of people are probably going to look at the commitment list and say, man, there's a ton of outside linebacker commitments on Alabama's recruiting board, but he wasn't recruited to play outside linebacker, but recruited to play inside backer. And somebody that like I said, really raised his stock yesterday and became a big time target for Alabama, and he was just ready to go ahead and pull the trigger. I mean, he was I talked to him last night, and he was really fired up about Coach Salson Siri and Coach Golding and working with those guys yesterday, and really felt a lot of love. And he actually told me last night that he was going to announce for Alabama on June the 21st. He was going to get back up to the cookout on June 21st and go ahead and make a decision. But this morning I spoke to him and said that he was going to. He said he was going to wait until after church, until Nick Saban got out of church, but decided to go ahead and go with his post on Twitter. He did talk to Coach Salson Siri and Coach Golding this morning, and they gave him the go ahead. He could go ahead and do it, and he's still going to talk to Coach Saban here in a little bit, but he was ready to go ahead and announce, and he's pretty fired up.
Andrew, when I'm looking at Alabama's linebacker class from the class of 2020, you've already landed so many big-time prospects: Jackson Brenton, Chris Broswell, DeRicky Wright, Drew Sanders, and then today, Demouy Kennedy. What does that say about Alabama's need at the position, whether it's inside linebacker or outside linebacker for the class of 2020?
We knew going into the end of this recruiting class, 2020 class, that linebacker was going to be a big position of need. They were going to need to get a couple inside backers. They were going to need to get 3 or 4 outside linebackers, and they've done a tremendous job so far. I mean, and there's still some great players out there that they're still recruiting, that that they want to sign, or that they want to get on the commitment board. William Anderson, big outside edge rusher, 6'4", about 235 pounds. He was on campus this weekend. There's a lot of speculation that he could commit soon. Quandarius Robinson, number 1 in-state player, still a major target for Alabama. We'll see if he ends up making a decision this summer, like he's thinking about doing. Got some official visits this month, and then he'll make it over to Tuscaloosa next week for a couple of days for an unofficial visit. He's still a major target. And then you look at some other inside linebacker targets. Alabama's sitting pretty good inside linebacker. You have Jackson Bratton on board. You have Demouy Kennedy on board. Who else are you still going after? Well, there's still some big names that are out there. Guys like Justin Flo, the number 2 overall player in the country, who's going to be making an unofficial visit to Alabama later this month for the cookout. He's also set up an official visit on September the 20th. So, regardless of what Alabama's class looks like at the linebacker position, you take Justin Flo no matter what. He's certainly going to have a spot. Noah Sewell is on campus this weekend for Rivals 100 linebacker out of Utah. Now, I think it's a long shot for Noah Sewell. I think he ends up staying on the West Coast, but I would certainly keep an eye on him. Just in terms of, can Alabama get him back on campus for an official visit? Because he's just in town right now on an unofficial visit. There's some other guys that they're recruiting out there, but I think, those are kind of the main guys, and, they'll kind of see where things go from there.
Hey, we got you covered at BamaInsider.com. Simply go to the website for more recruiting coverage. If you want to get behind that premium paywall, the promo code at checkout is simply Roll Tide. Reporting from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, this is Kyle Henderson and Andrew Bone. We'll catch you soon on BamaInsider.com.